Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Dr. Les here. I hope you're enjoying this Lord's Day. I'm coming to you today with part number 4 as we discuss the subject of preferences versus convictions. I do want to go back to yesterday's topic about preferences being negotiable and convictions being non-negotiable. I want to add one other example, and for the life of me, I don't know why I missed this yesterday, but I was impressed by the Lord to pick it up again today. So we're going to go back and revisit that before we go on to the next point of difference between the two. The example I want to use is under the category of preference. I would put this whole thing that's been around for the better part of 47 years, and that's the pro-life movement. There's a pro-life movement. Most Christian churches would consider themselves pro-life in their stance, although I know some mainline denominations have departed from that distinction along with several others. But pro-life, I just want to make the case that that is a preference. The conviction, on the other hand, is properly labeled abolition. Pro-life as a preference, the preference is that women would not abort. The preference is that fathers would support bringing a child into the world. The preference is that Planned Parenthood would not exist. The preference is that women who are not married and are not in a position where they can properly raise and train a child would just not get pregnant. Some even hold the preference that they would just use normal birth control methods. Some would label the preference that abortion would be rare but legal. Okay, that's all preferences. The conviction of abolition is that all human life, from the moment of conception, is precious to God, bears the image of God, and the taking of such life from that moment on, all the way until natural death, or at least death by due process, is murder. And it's a violation of the commandment, thou shalt not commit murder. So the conviction that abortion is murder would stand for personhood being established, personhood rights being established from the moment of conception. And all due process law would follow thereafter, and every baby, preborn baby in the womb would have those same rights that you and I enjoy under the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. And this should be the law of the land. No state should deny that. So that's the conviction. And you can see why the activities and the involvement in bringing an end to abortion have produced very little fruit under the pro-life banner for 47 years. And it's only recently that an abolition movement has started to gain any traction at all. This should never have been the case. The church should have been behind abolition from day one. Just like the church needed to have been behind the abolition of slavery way back in the 1800s. And it took a long, long time and a very bloody war before that was established as the law of the land. I'm looking at the countdown clock here. I really would like to keep these things relatively short because I found out that it makes them that much more attractive. People don't like long, protracted messages, unless maybe they're going to online church on Sunday morning, then they can endure an hour of praise and worship and a 30-minute message. But this is not that. This is this. And I'm sensing that it's probably time to say goodbye to you now. And we will pick up the next distinction between preferences and convictions tomorrow, the Lord willing. Until then, God bless you. Have a great day.